Next on the news at 10, a developing story from South Alabama. A bus driver is dead and a child is being held hostage as a standoff continues near Dothan. And we will give you a sneak peek at the design for the new Alberta Elementary School.
You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Tamika Alexander. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a look at the threat for severe weather. WVUA Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott joins us now with the very latest. Richard, what are we looking at?
Yeah, Tamika, watching things close. We're looking at a severe weather situation across much of our state late tonight and early tomorrow. Right now, outbreak of tornadoes and damaging winds happening over Louisiana, Arkansas, and extreme west Mississippi. The good news is this should calm down just a little bit. We're not expecting these supercell thunderstorms like you see back off towards the west around here. But that being said, we're going to have some powerful winds around here bright and early tomorrow morning. It's warm and unstable outside, 71. How about that for January night? In Tuscaloosa, 73, in Jackson, 72, in Hattiesburg. The warm air going to fuel the thunderstorms tomorrow. This is what we're talking about over the western side of the state. 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. Isolated tornadoes, widespread wind damage. In fact, winds in excess of 60 to 80 miles per hour in some of the higher gusts. Certainly stay alert tomorrow morning. We'll be right here in the Weather Center watching things. We'll have an active tornado warning. We will be right here on TV. Now, we'll have the very latest on your forecast, plus we'll talk more about the severe weather threat for tomorrow morning. Your forecast is coming up.
Thanks, Richard. Now, because of that threat for severe weather, first thing in the morning, several school systems around central Alabama have decided to delay the start of classes. Tuscaloosa County schools will be delayed for 3 hours Wednesday. Tuscaloosa City schools are also delayed 3 hours. Alabama Christian or American Christian Academy, rather, says teachers should report at 10 a.m. and students at 10:30. Holy Spirit Catholic School is delayed 3 hours. Tuscaloosa Christian School is delayed until 10 a.m. Bibb County Schools and Hale County Schools have announced they will delay the start of class by 3 hours tomorrow morning. Blount County Schools will be delayed 3 hours. Fayette County Schools delayed 2 hours. Lamar and Pickens County school systems have announced faculty will report at 9 a.m. and students report at 10 a.m. Walker County will be delayed 2 hours. Greene County Head Start will start at 9 a.m. Fayette, Lamar, Bibb, Tuscaloosa, and Hale County Head Starts will begin at 10 a.m. The University of Alabama's Ferguson Center will be open all night for students and employees who want to seek shelter on campus until the severe weather clears the area. Officials say they will notify students and employees no later than 5 a.m. if classes or operations are delayed. Well, WVUA is covering a developing story out of South Alabama. Police are investigating a shooting aboard a school bus in Midland City. Now, that's about 10 miles northwest of Dothan. Witnesses say the bus was making its routine stops when an armed man boarded the bus and demanded 2 children come with him. The bus driver refused and was shot by the suspect. The man then allegedly left the scene with a child and barricaded himself inside an underground bunker.
Authorities say the call was received regarding a shooting involving a Dale County school bus at 3:36 p.m. today. At this time, limited details are being released. However, the Sheriff's Department has confirmed 1 adult male was shot and the suspect is not in custody.
Well, I spoke to about 3 or 4 different students. A lot of them had already gone by the time I got here. And one of them was a young lady, and she told me that when the young man entered the bus, or the gentleman that done the shooting, he told most of them to get off of the bus. And then he grabbed a 5-year-old little boy, from what we understand, and shot the bus driver 4 times. And what I understand, kids was running down the road behind the church trying to get to safety.
The suspect is not in custody at this time, and it is not clear if the child is still with the suspect. All Dale County and Ozark City schools will be closed Wednesday. On your home team, Crime Watch, WVUA brings you exclusive video tonight of an ongoing investigation at the Value Place Motel in Tuscaloosa. Earlier this evening, there were reports of a dead body at the motel, which is located along Skyland Boulevard. No word yet on the person's name or if police suspect foul play. Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide is investigating the case. On your election watch, a state representative from the Tuscaloosa area is announcing his plans to go after another office. Republican State Representative John Merrill is running for Alabama Secretary of State. Merrill made the announcement this morning in Tuscaloosa. His district represents the city of Tuscaloosa. Merrill is the former communications director for Tuscaloosa County Schools and currently works as branch manager for First Federal Bank. Merrill was elected as state representative in 2010.
I offer myself to you today with this commitment. If you allow me to serve as your Secretary of State, I will ensure to you that I will do everything possible to take care of our election process, to ensure one person, one vote throughout the state, to make sure that all races, creeds, and colors are treated fairly and treated with the respect that they need to be treated with.
Incumbent Secretary of State Beth Chapman is serving her second term and by law can't run in 2014. With the start of the legislative session just 1 week away, the 2-year anniversary of the April 27th tornado right around the corner, storm recovery is still on the top of many residents' minds. Tuscaloosa city officials are continuing to remind local legislators of what work still needs to be done before they head to Montgomery next week. According to Mayor Walt Maddox, $233.4 million of unmet needs still remain for the city. Maddox says as other natural disasters cover up what happened in 2011, he hopes local legislators are able to remind Congress that Tuscaloosa still needs help.
What we want to make sure is, as the Congress debates Sandy, that they realize that in 2011 they underfunded communities such as Tuscaloosa, Joplin, and Minot in terms of their disasters. And so it's our hope, and it appears to be so, that in this legislation that there is going to be funding to go back and help those impacted in 2011.
The legislation kicks off next Tuesday, February 5th in Montgomery. Well, a big change is coming to downtown Tuscaloosa. City officials approved the start of construction for a new 4-story building off Bryan and Greensboro. The building will be a mix of apartments and retail space. Developers say they will build 55 apartments that could bring about 115 residents to the downtown area. Most of the retail space will be off Greensboro Avenue. Developer Christopher Kritzman says the Georgia-based company immediately felt at home in Tuscaloosa, and that's why they use local businesses for building materials and contracts.
We want to be here for the long haul. So we really think it behooves us to utilize local labor, purchase local materials here that help give back to the community, and not just develop a project using out-of-state resources, but we're increasing the tax base with our developments, but we're also trying to increase the tax base with the materials that we purchase. Spend money here, keep the money here.
There will be a groundbreaking on Monday, and final completion is set for July 31st. No decision has been made on a name for the building. Well, a familiar face is coming back to Tuscaloosa. The Globe restaurant will be reopening soon. You may remember it when it was open in downtown Northport for 17 years after closing in 2009 due to the economy. Chef and owner Jeff Wilson plans to open a new version of the restaurant in Timerson Square, where jalapenos used to be before it became Carmelo's Cafe. Although plans are still tentative, the owner is shooting for a March 1st opening. In its heyday, the Globe won awards for Distinguished Restaurants of North America and Wine Spectator magazine. The Tuscaloosa City Board of Education members spent some time tonight discussing the design for the new Alberta School of Performing Arts. WSV Architects Incorporated presented their master plan to the board and the public. The school will be around 110,000 square feet. The building will house pre-K to 8th grade in addition to a storm shelter. The school will have a 1,500-seat auditorium. Superintendent Dr. Paul McKendrick says this auditorium will be a great addition to the city.
This is something that makes Alberta different from all the other parts of the city. It becomes, for us, we think, an anchor for the city and an anchor for the Alberta community. And if we get concert acts going through there, that's good for the city.
A groundbreaking ceremony for the school is scheduled for April 1st. Construction should be complete in time for the 2014-2015 school year. This afternoon, Quarry Middle School students held a moment of silence in honor of 8th grader Will May. Students and staff of Quarry planted a tree in the school courtyard with a plaque soon to follow with May's name. The student body presented May's family with a class picture along with a book of letters and pictures reflecting on the time they spent with May. Friends say May was a big Auburn fan, so they tied an orange ribbon around the tree. May passed away after a hunting accident earlier this month. Well, it's been 15 years since a bomb went off outside a women's resource center in Birmingham. On January 29, 1998, a bomb exploded at the abortion clinic in Birmingham, killing security guard Robert Sanderson and critically injuring nurse Emily Lyons. The bomber, Eric Rudolph, was captured in May of 2003 and is now serving a life sentence.